Well, the ground is crunchy, and I thought I'd take a quick tour of the backyard farm, just let you guys see what's going on here and some thoughts. This is my wheelbarrow that I put flowers in, so next year I'm going to put flowers in it. I may move it. Over there is going to be our bees, because if you follow up on and have been watching our channel, we moved our bees. We had lots of little hives, and they didn't make it from the move, and so we're just gonna start over, which is not necessarily a bad thing, because we live in the Northeast, and I'd kind of like to get some northern bees. I'd like to get them to winter and stuff, because you know, bees live outside all year long in the winter. So we got to figure out how we're going to do the bees. Maybe catching swarms might be the way, but I'm not sure. We're going to figure it out. We'll figure it out. Because they also carry bees all over the country, so just pray for us that our bees make it through the winter. Bees usually will starve over the winter. They don't hibernate. They don't freeze to death. But I guess they probably could, but this is the shed we have to paint. If you've been following with us as I kind of talk about our stuff, Clay broke his hip. He was in recovery for a long time because he's a diabetic. And then I broke my wrist 2 times. He didn't break his hip. He had hip replacement surgery, and then I broke my wrist 2 times last year, so I did not get a lot done at all. So my mulberry trees over there, grapevines. We got apple and peach and apricot trees and plum trees, hazelnut trees, pear trees. So this stuff, got raspberries, and we do a lot with the space we have. You know, you don't have to have a huge area. There's only 2 of us, but we're not going to be doing any animals. I felt like after my wrist broke the 2nd time that God told us to slow down, so we could change our minds. I'm not sure, but that's the quail area, which it's all torn up, so you can't see how we really had a nice setup, but there's a top and everything. The little greenhouse, which we're going to be doing a lot more growing this year. I really don't want to get back into the animals because it's not financially beneficial if you're only going to keep them over the summer, and I don't want to be walking around in the middle of the winter in the Syracuse area, you know, upstate New York, where we get so much snow. Gardening area from last year, still stuff up there. That's where I'll put like all my house plants. I have a house plant jungle in the house, and I'm going to be showing you more and more of those plants as I'm working on them. This is the bucket system. We may do a lot more of this. You can go back and look at our videos. We have no weeds, none of the hassles, no animals. It's really nice. So everything is contained, and if something doesn't like it, I can pick up a bucket and move it to a better spot. So we may do more of that. Some more beehives, but beehives are back there too. What happened, if you guys, I know I'm talking about old videos, but if you go back, you can hear how we had an electrician that was afraid of the bees. He never did show up, and then we ended up with another one, but as a result of all that, we ended up moving the bees. This is where the chickens were held, and the peacocks, and emu and all the other stuff that was had. This stuff here, we're going to probably put gardens in there. We're going to probably use that for maybe a garden shed or some other kind of shed. Just giving you some ideas. More cages and quail cages and rabbit tree stuff and all that, which we moved things around. We got rid of some of the cages. We gave some of the stuff away. But this stuff over here, watering tank, chicken thing, which is under a big tree. We always felt like your chickens should be able to walk around and not be in cages, but you should have a top on, because why would you have, this is just our feeling, why would you have a bunch of chickens, let them out in the yard to get a hawk or something to get them, and leave them open for predators or to get into your garden? They're free range, but they have all that spot, plus they can go over here And we would mow the grass and then put all the grass in there. And this is like, there's also a spot over there that we have used too. But anyway, that and the end of the last summer, I started putting houseplants in there, which this love. But I think we talked about putting some corn in there. So I have, you know, over there is, you can't see it. Well, a little bit you can. The beginning of our compost, because we didn't get a whole lot done last year because of my wrist. Because Clay and I do a lot together and he had to help me, so it was kind of crazy. So anyway, more of the gooseberries and a plum tree, which we had, somebody had helped me with this on one of our follows, a dead spot that we had a plum tree over there that just didn't want to grow. Burning barrel up there, you can see more of our planting stuff. That was killing cones for chickens. We have a chicken plucker and all that too. And I guess I will walk up this hill. It's not a big hill, but this is the spot that, one of the spots I broke my first wrist at. First wrist breakage, and it was my same hand both times, my right one. So keep praying for me, and God is healing me. And, but I want, you know, everything to work out good. So I just take really, I mean, the Lord told me to crochet, and so I've been crocheting like crazy. And even my physical therapist for my hand said, I think that crocheting is helping. And I'm like, yeah. But I'm done with physical therapy. So I want to do, I think this is, by the way, this is a beautiful hosta garden. And look at this rose. I really am praying about putting in a rose garden. One of the houses I lived, I had like, I laughed. I said 88 rose bushes because I planted them. Poppies are there. Some sandbags, cooler that we'd used for the chickens when we harvested them. Oh man, let's see what I can show you over here. Little garden over here. We have some bird feeders out, but we put some wheat and stuff in there, and I don't think the birds like that wheat. But of course, there's a corn, they put in a corn field across the street, so I'm sure they've been eating over there. So there's a lot that's going to be going on here, because now this year will probably be up and rearing, especially after the winter. Oh, look, it looks like a pussycat came by. So I guess I was worried because I didn't see my stray cat. So, well, that's a good sign that I saw pussycat tracks, because I didn't know if he was coming, so I didn't feed him yesterday. So I haven't seen him in a couple days, so I'll have to put out his dinner. Hopefully he'll come back. I was feeding Red and I didn't see him for a few days, so I thought, well, maybe Red moved on. Because you don't want to feed animals and have the food out overnight, or you will have raccoons and possums and whatnot. But we got some wood that we're going to build some stuff. That's just scrap wood. But just to give you a little update on what's going on here. I'm going to show this video to Clay's resting. I'm still sleeping, but I'm going to show him this video because we were starting our planning, and it kind of jogs our memory to see stuff, because even though it's December, we start to just kind of put in our craw little ideas what we're going to do. Of course, this is where we put the rockers, but we put the garbage cans here because when the snow gets really high, I don't want to be sitting outside and having to shovel out for the garbage can. But Clay brings it to the road, but usually through the day, he takes the garbage out, but a lot of times I'm just right there, so it's so nice. I love this house, the way house is, because you just walk out the front door and throw my garbage out. Might look kind of bad, but when you're older, yeah, you don't want to be digging up my garbage cans. But we had some friends come over too last night too, and they said that the winter was going to be like this all year. They brought us some deer meat, and I gave the wife a few plant clippings, and she wanted she asked if she could have some pothos or philodendron, so I gave her some plant clippings, and he told us that the winter was going to just be a light one, which would be great, but then the summer might be super dry because it needs that winter water. So I don't know. we'll see what happens. So anyway, guys, hope you enjoyed this. And if you get a chance and you have a little backyard that you're thinking about doing something with, you might want to take a trip around if it's a nice, halfway decent time, and see if you have a spot for a garden, because you don't need a lot of space. That's why we always say big or small, you can do a backyard farm. You'd be surprised at how much you can do if you want to. And we do the bucket system. It's a lot nicer for us. There it goes, probably late for work. Cops are on this road all the time, buddy, so you might get... They used to park in our driveway over there, which we don't have that driveway anymore, and over at the restaurant, so... But that's the thing about speeding out in the country, because the cops in our town know your name, which I love that. I love it. So it's great. So anyway, but they know everybody, which this is a small town. There's like, I think, Red Creek, I think, has like 500 people, so how could they not know each other? They go out, you know, so I really appreciate that. So... pretty good guys, I'll say that. You know, I've had good experience with the police out this way. Just doing their job, and they're pretty good about, you know, they're good guys. In fact, one of them, Clay, our mailbox gets hit. Hopefully, pray it doesn't get hit this year. And the policeman was so sweet, he came over and helped Clay pick it back up and put it back in, so... Okay, guys, remember, big or small, you too can be a backyard farm. God bless.